us into the certificate issue. Barrister, are you telling us that the PDP is not okay with the certificate of General Muhammadu Buhari? This is the fourth time he's contested. He has contested against Obasanjo. If he doesn't have his certificate intact, you know who Obasanjo is, he would have disgraced him. So with the certificate that was released yesterday by his secondary school, you're not satisfied with that?
Well, I'll take a view that is being expressed by my party.
Okay.
And I will amplify it a little bit more and make it very practical for our viewers. Because they say that politicians and lawyers tend to muddy the waters. And I happen to be a lawyer and a politician. So I probably muddle the waters raised to power too. But let's break it down very simply. When you go into an election, what you're going into is a contest. And that contest is a sort of process.
Okay.
Now, going into it, we have to recognize that there are rules that will apply. And if you go into a contest or a process, you have to subject yourself to the rules. Otherwise, there's no point in participating. As a participant, you have to submit yourself. And Buhari, by agreeing to take part in this election, submitted a form. So he submitted himself to the process. Having done that, you have to submit yourself to all the rules. You can't pick and choose which rule you obey and which one you don't obey. Otherwise, some people will call you a bigot.
What are you calling the rules?
Now, I'm coming to it. And then finally, you have to also accept from the outset that if you flaunt any of the major rules, then you are liable to be disqualified. Now, let me move away from election for just 1 second. In a football match, if you're not registered with a team, and if you don't wear the right kit, you cannot enter into the pitch to play. Having entered the pitch to play, if you do not abide by the rules,
Barrister,
you will be dismissed from the field of play.
We are talking about an individual that is contesting for the fourth time.
Yes.
The presidential election for the fourth time. And INEC has never disqualified him. And now he went all the way to get his papers.
You're hungry.
I am not. No, I'm not. I am just telling you everything that is stated.
Okay.
I can never do that.
The problem is this. The umpire, INEC, does not have power to disqualify any candidate under the existing rules.
That's what the court said.
Under the existing rules, they have no power to disqualify a candidate.
Okay.
The only thing they have to do is that they publish for the public to see.
And the public will say no.
For the public to see what has been submitted. Now, if anybody is interested or agrees about what has been submitted.
Let me speak with Remy. Let me speak with Remy.
Issues.
Pardon me.
If you submit nothing,
I know you
I take the challenge.
But let me speak. Remy, thanks for calling. Hello, Remy. Thanks for calling. Where are you calling from? Oh, we have a lady.
London.
Thanks for calling, madam.
Yeah, what I wanted to say is that I don't really understand what our president is doing. First of all, he promised that he's going to give us light in Nigeria. He didn't do that. We haven't got the light, we haven't got the water. Secondly, those children were kidnapped. Does it mean Nigeria hasn't got ammunition? Because Boko Haram has strong ammunition than Nigerian government. The Americans was ready to help. Our army were telling them that, oh, we know where the girls are, but we are not going to tell you. If we ask for help from the West, they will help us. Why many people are dying? And our president and everybody are advertising for the election. Why are we so wicked like that? They are human beings. If our president has their own children, his own children, why should you be ignoring those that are kidnapping? And they are killing people, they are killing Christians, they are burning churches. Nothing our president could do. If he has no ammunition, the West can help. For you to speak out, he has done nothing. He's supposed not to protest again.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you very much for your contribution.
You can see the passion of Nigerians, home and abroad. And now let me quickly take the lawyer on, because I also have a little knowledge of law.
Is this on the certificate?
I put both of them combined. Okay. You can tell our viewers what exactly is Section 131 of Nigerian Constitution of 1999 131C. It's clearly stated. By the time of election, by the time you are participating in an election, you must have acquired, you must have put together, all together, the training, the skills, education, up to that time.
That's not correct. That's not correct.
It is correct.
That's not what
it is correct.
That's not what
131C.
Yes.
131C.
Yes.
You see, you must have put together a minimum qualification of secondary school or it is equivalent. But the situation we have here is clear. Like Raleigh presented, the running candidate of APC contested in 2003, 2007, 2011. There were no issue of certificate or no certificate. But then again, you also said, Barrister Benga, you said it to the viewers. They are listening to us. You said it is now, as the way things are configured now, the INEC will not talk about qualification of anybody. Because that has been left in the hand of...
Isn't it the job of INEC to disqualify? If you do not meet the requirements, then you shouldn't be in the contest.
No, but if you don't meet the requirements, you cannot participate.
If you meet it, you should participate.
Yes, but the point is, we are saying that he has not convinced us that he meets the requirements.
No, but there's something I don't understand. And I'm trying for you to make me understand
until yesterday, he had not submitted into the public domain the document that he relies upon to say that he qualifies.
What we have.
We're not. And I'll tell you why we're not.
And I think this issue of certificate for me is to try right now.
No, it's not.
We now have even...
Otumba, it's not.
We now have...
I'll tell you why it's domain.
Listen.
I'll tell you why it's domain.
No, it is not. We now have a former president of Nigeria who even came out not long ago.
Yes.
He's also on Google. Who said
even
the PhD holder we're even talking about did not even finish.
Hold on. We will get to that. But let me talk to Ade. Ade, thanks for calling. Where are you calling from?
Thank you very much. Actually, I don't even see any reason why we should be talking about certificates to the candidate.
Okay.
The so-called doctorate degree that Jonathan claimed to have, it doesn't show. Even looking at the way he speaks, he's not eloquent enough. He doesn't even appear like somebody that can represent Nigeria of that, that has people of that, of this caliber. If you see him talk, even if they give him something to read, obviously you will see him, struggling to even pronounce a clear English word. So, certificate of those certificates quite irrelevant here. Buhari has a better experience and is more knowledgeable. We want people like that.
Okay, thank you very much,
When
Ade.
it comes to charisma, he's even much better than Jonathan.
Thank you.
And clearly, it is quite obvious that Jonathan didn't achieve anything in the last 6 years.
Okay,
It's visible to everyone.
now you're talking to us about your own opinion, but that is fine. It's okay. It's the platform for all of us to air our views. But let us talk about the real bombshell. If we're talking about bombshells, let's talk about this real bombshell. Okay, while we're going about the certificate issue, former President, Army General Olusegun Obasanjo told the whole of Nigeria, retired former general, told us that President Goodluck Jonathan is not a is not a PhD holder, just like we all thought. This is a blow below the belt, like it said. But the PDP now, and I wonder how you people received this news. I would like to know, when you heard this, what was your response? Or what do you think?
You see, the last caller said issue of certificate isn't really an issue.
Oh, really?
And Otumba seems to buy into that. I don't subscribe to that.
You don't subscribe to
I don't subscribe to the issue that certification is not an issue that is trivial. I think it's very germane.
No, but if you say that...
And I think it's also very important that anything you profess to have, you must provide evidence to back it up, to show that you have it. Otherwise, you have made a false statement. And that goes to your integrity. And the only selling point of the Buhari candidature is that he's a man of integrity. And that is why the certification became an issue. But what Buhari has shown, certificate or not,
are you saying the PDP candidate is not a man of integrity?
What Buhari has shown, okay, is that he is a man that does not give a damn for democratic processes. He came out yesterday and said, I assumed that the army had my certificates. I assumed. How can you assume when it's your responsibility to submit it with the phone? This big manism, I'm an army general, so why should I now be running around? And guess what? The so-called certificate that was introduced into the public domain yesterday includes a language, Hausa, according to our investigations, was not even a subject that was examined in 1961 under the Cambridge WASC.
Okay.
So how could you have passed a subject?
You did not tell me how you're going to address the issue that the former president actually raised today, that the president...
He raised an opinion. And he raised an opinion about our candidates' qualifications.
The spokesperson,
yes,
the National Publicity Secretary, that's Femi Fani-Kayode for the PDP.
For the campaign organization. Yes.
For the campaign organization. He said that it's nobody's business, that it is the president's personal property.
It's his personal opinion.
But
as to whether he has, it's a personal opinion as to whether Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan has a PhD or not. Now, if Dr. Jonathan, President Jonathan, has put in his form that I have not just a WASC and A-levels and a first degree and a second degree, and he says I have a PhD, and he wants to rely upon that, then he must prove that he has it.
Okay.
What is good for the goose is good for the gander.
Okay.
Now
so
it's only because the INEC have to publish what you say you have that we're able to raise issues.
Okay.
But one party complied, one party did not comply.
I must speak with Vincent. Hello, Vincent. Thanks for calling. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Madrid, Spain.
Okay. Vincent, your contribution, please.
I want to start by thanking you